So we start in IR.
So in order to align, you do the helium neon without the module in place. Align the rod reflections, the Q switch near 0,
Yep.
and the rear mirror retro reflected. Place an output coupler, 10%. Check the IR, align it. You'll notice I shut off the gate, the laser goes out.
Yep.
I shut off the RF because now the RF is continuous. That's CW green. Turn this way. Much less intense. CW green. Phase matching adjustment. Over here. The top knob that tilts the crystal
Yep.
side to side. So, I'll lower the current.
To where?
Just about over threshold. That's 24 or 25 amps. There's a little bit of green. So, you can go up to about 30 amps. So 30 amps, it's clearly lasing CW.
Yep.
But we don't see the infrared. So around 30 or 35 amps, CW, no RF, RF is off, no modulation. You put the crystal holder, you have to center it, there's slots on the bottom, rotational to get it square so that it phase matches left and right. You can remove the folding mirror, start out with the folding mirror gone,
Yep.
and the crystal holder slid out of the way. Put in the HR
90%, yeah.
and full transmission of green. And on the if there was no green there, you use one of these little IR plates.
200 for
And you'll find a little spot. Since it's high reflecting in infrared, not much gets out,
Yep.
but there'll be enough to see.
Yes.
And that's how you can maximize the end mirror.
Yep.
So looking at the end mirror, we're in and out of alignment. So that can be done at 30 amps CW. But there'll be no green. You'll just see an infrared spot
Yep.
in place of the green.
Yes.
Then turn the laser down, shut it off, or block the beam. Install the crystal into its place. Rotate it until you get phase matching in the left and right. The crystal is laying square this way, not at a 45.
Yep.
And it can be 90 degrees incorrect if the phase matching is not adjusted with this angle
Yep.
and this temperature. On the output, you can see a reflection from the bottom one. So this is the vertical. You can't see it on the video, but here is a reflection of the front surface of the crystal.
Yes.
And since the crystal goes the other way, it bounces off of the other mirror and
That
comes
is this
to the other
guy.
side.
Yes.
So the phase matching is done by moving this angle. And it's wider and wider. And there's hardly any green. So as we move this angle, you'll watch the green maximize. Then that's too far. The green's getting dim again. So I go back to where the green is maximum. So around there in the horizontal direction. The vertical is set so that it's roughly horizontal. Turn on the RF, the laser goes out. Turn on modulation. Now we're getting conversion. We have about 2 watts. This is 31 amps. So at 2 watts, I'll adjust the phase match angle. Clearly it's going down and you get the fringes. So I'll maximize this. Just about 2 watts. I'll touch up the front mirror. We already saw how to overlap the beams. So that's under 2 watts at 31 amps. That's 35 amps.
And we have
just under 4 watts. There was another peak. Up a little more, so there's 3.5 watts. Touch up the front mirror. Touch up the front mirror. So 3.5 watts, a little over threshold. That's 35 amps. There's 40 amps. So 8 watts. It takes off. It goes non-linear. So that's only 40 amps. Got 10 watts. At this point, I'll check the phase matching angle because it'll warm up a little. So don't go too far.
Mirror
the front mirror. I picked up a little more. There's 9. A little bit of crosstalk on the mounts. I don't like them. So there's just about 10 watts. Both directions. 41 amps. 10 kilohertz.
What happens now if you change the... Let me stop this too.